Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, it's not looking good for the blogger lady, aka Tasha K. For those of you who cares to hear little celebrity gossip slash YouTube gossip, well, for those not familiar with what's been going on in these YouTube streets, well, there's this YouTuber here you see here, Tasha K, who's pretty much built her platform on trashing and lying on celebrities, like these, different celebrities, as you could see, you know. But for the most part, over the couple of years, she's really had her foot on Cardi B's neck, bold and cocky with her lies. Worse than Nosy Hulk and ass, in my opinion, saying Cardi B had unmentionable diseases, ones you can't get rid of, if you know what I mean, and that Cardi being offset past these unmentionables to culture at the time. I mean, it was just a hot mess, guys, and kept atting Cardi B in all her posts and tweets. I remember myself about 2 years ago, Cardi B taking to her live and mentioning that there's this blogger, this YouTuber that spreading all these lies on her, and she wanted her to stop, and it started right here. This interview right here, Tasha K did with Star Marie. Just to give you guys a little recap, check this out.
Okay. So how could this be your best friend and you could be down with this gang? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I understand. I mean, the initiation process. They all
but
their family. I don't know.
exactly.
I don't
But
know.
now
But
as she started getting more mature in the club scene, she started meeting like bad guys and people that would do stuff for her.
okay,
I mean, she said it herself. She would go find somebody in the street if she had a problem and give them some money and tell them to go. And she would. That's what she would do.
okay, okay. Let's now. I want to talk about the herpes because
Okay.
that was a serious allegation.
Okay.
Is it an allegation according to you? You
Um,
said you live with her.
to keep it legal,
Okay.
because you don't want to put anybody's. I'm not putting anybody's medical
Right.
stuff out there.
You're not
What
violating any HIPAA laws.
exactly?
So you're not a nurse. You're
See,
not a
this is
doctor.
exactly. I'm not a
Okay.
nurse or doctor, and I believe that we all have herpes in some form. If you've
I mean,
had,
yes,
if you've
it's
had
dormant.
chicken pox,
Yeah.
if you got acne, if you got eczema, is all a part of the zoster family. So herpes comes out in the body wherever you're most vulnerable. So
Okay.
the thing is, it's a roaming disease.
Okay.
So I didn't have a problem with her cold sore on her lip at all. I was addressing it for her to help her. Like, hey,
So you guys were living together
yes, and
at
she
the
had
time,
right.
and she had herpes outbreaks on her mouth.
Yes, but she's really light skinned. Like if you see her in person,
yeah.
she's high yellow, like light skin, like Casper the Friendly Ghost light skin. So you can't really, if you're not in tune, and she puts lip gloss on you, you probably can't see it.
Did she discuss with you while you guys were living together how she contracted the virus? Because I
No.
know you said you were willing to help her because you're into a lot of like natural, I guess healing,
Yes.
medicinal methods and things
Yes,
like that.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't talk to me about that. No.
Okay, but she was okay with you offering her some type of help to kind of, I guess, minimize the outbreaks.
Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, she didn't really care. She actually didn't even care.
She didn't care.
No.
Okay.
She just pretty much ignored me, and then uh, a couple days later after that, next thing you know, there's a rumor in the club that I got herpes.
Oh,
And
after
she
you
told,
talked to her about her outbreak.
and this is what I told her, and this is how I know she's crafty. I told her, I said, everybody has herpes in their body. We're all born with herpes. This is the whole
Okay.
the whole spiel I gave this 20-year-old.
She went in the club or in the house?
In the house.
Okay.
And you could ask the club manager, because this was his words to me. He said, you told your friend you have herpes, so you can't work in my club telling people that you have herpes. Unless I said, well, if I go get you a test.
And that's how it started, guys. Right there. That she started, Cardi B started telling Tasha, take the video, stop making videos about her, stop talking about her, take those videos down. Tasha K was so proud when Cardi B went live talking about her. It was a hot mess. for us to watch, but not for Tasha K. She was so proud, guys, feeling like she's arrived. She made it. She started pretty much torturing the girl, stalking Cardi B for clickbait and views on her YouTube channel. And Cardi B had her lawyers reaching out to Tasha K. Tasha K started making more and more videos talking about how she wiping her ass with the letters from the lawyers. So Cardi B is now suing her ass for defamation of character and stalking, a whole bunch of stuff she's suing her for. And they're having their day in court. And shout out to Dennis Bryan for covering this for us. He's out there covering the court hearing for us, the people. So check this out, guys.
I'm Dennis Bryan reporting live outside the federal courthouse where we're on a lunch break right now, but testimony started this morning. A brief update. I can't give you too much right now because the star witness is on the stand, and the star witness is Cardi B. There's been about 20 minutes of testimony, and I would just say that the tears were flowing in the courtroom. It was flowing in the courtroom. As a matter of fact, I may have shed a few tears myself, but let's be professional here. Cardi's on the stand right now. Well, we just broke for lunch, but Cardi was on the stand testifying as to how Tasha K made her feel. She said, and I quote, "She never even cared to care. She lied and said her father raped a teenager. When asked by her attorney, Lisa Moore, do you have herpes? No. Do you have HPV? No. Are you a prostitute? No. Have you ever engaged in any debasing acts? No." When asked, how did these lies make her feel? "I felt helpless, fatigued, tired, anxiety. I felt suicidal." Cardi broke down on the stand. She was crying on the stand. "I felt like I didn't deserve my kid." And this was during the time that Culture, this was probably a couple of months after Culture was born, and she was dealing with this whole debacle of defamation. And she essentially said that she didn't know Tasha K, and she only knew Tasha K because of a post that Tasha K made where she was promoting the Star Marie Jones video, and she kept tagging Cardi B and hashtagging her to get her attention. And then when Cardi B didn't want to, Tasha K asked Cardi B to get on her platform to debunk this, and she said no, she wasn't getting on her platform to debunk it. One, her management wouldn't let her do it, and two, it would have just made the story bigger. So from that point on, she continued to try to bait her to get onto her platform, and then when she didn't do it, she continually taunted her, harassed her, and spread it voluminous amount of lies. When the lawyer Lisa Moore asked, "Did you know Star Marie Jones?" Cardi said she met Star Marie Jones while working in a strip club in New York, but she only encountered her twice while working in a strip club in New York City. And she said that there was 2 instances where she interacted with Star Marie Jones. In one instance, she told the jury that when Cardi was on the stage dancing, Star Marie Jones would be picking up her money while she was dancing. And in another instance, there were other strippers who saw Star Marie Jones picking up money that didn't belong to her, and they were going to fight Star Marie Jones, and Cardi B said she interceded so they wouldn't beat her up. When asked had Star Marie Jones ever been at her residence, she said no. She's never seen her outside the club, and she was only a co-worker and knew nothing about her life. So these are the things that are happening in the court right now. And the attorney, Lisa Moore, who's with the Moore Law Firm, is doing a pretty good job. There were 2 objections made by Tasha K's attorney, Olga, that were sustained. They were kind of were leading questions, but she was able to recover and just rephrase the question. So I didn't know Cardi B was going to take the stand today. I didn't know she was going to take the stand. I didn't think that it was necessary, but apparently they wanted to make it a point with the jury that how it affected her. And clearly, based on this woman, Cardi B, saying she wanted to commit suicide, I didn't even know that was to the magnitude of what she was dealing with. And when she stated that it affected her marriage and that she didn't want to have sex with her husband, she needed therapy. She had to get counseling. This was really bothering her. She said that in one instance, when she there was a post where she posted her picture of her and her daughter, Culture, and she had kissed Culture, and then she saw some of the comments where people were saying, "Don't you have herpes? Why are you kissing her?" So these are the type of effects that she had to deal with because of these lies. And the jury's listening to this very attentively. And I would just say that we're on a lunch break, but there's going to be a lot more testimony. And I just don't see how the cross-examination of her is going to be to the benefit of Tasha K.
Man, that's like so really sad. Like, to have Cardi B break down in court like that on the stand, I'm sure that was really traumatic for her and hard for her to relive the videos of listening to Tasha K talk say all those nasty, disgusting things about her. Y'all watched it, for those that seen it back then when Tasha K was doing putting those videos up. By now, I'm sure she took a bunch of them down, so they're not there to see. But she went in. I was watching her back then. It was a mess. It was horrible. It was disgusting to watch. So, I can believe that Cardi B was, broken on that stand to relive, and revisit those videos and talk about that again. Wow, that's sad. That's really sad. That's really sad.
Attentively. And I would just say that we're on a lunch break, but there's going to be a lot more testimony. And I just don't see how the cross-examination of her is going to be to the benefit of Tasha K. And I don't want to go into another line of questioning prior to Cardi B taking a stand. And that's when her husband, Tasha K's husband, Sheikna Kibi, took the stand. And guys, remember, we're taking notes in court, so I have to refer back to my notes so I can give you the actual testimony. One of the interesting things that happened during the testimony was when the attorney, one of Cardi's attorneys, was examining Sheikna. He was asked in so many words, did Tasha K have control over whether or not the videos came down? He said yes. He basically said he had no control whether or not the videos came down. He threw his wife under the bus for the most part. It appeared that while he was the owner, he said Tasha K testified that her husband was the president of Kibi Studios. But when he took the stand, he said, "Well, I'm not the president, I'm the owner." And then the lawyer for Cardi B asked him, do you see the distinction between the owner and the president? So he said, "Well, I'm the owner." But he also said that he had no control over whether or not the videos in question came down. So ask yourself a question. If you're the president or the owner of a company and you receive cease and desist letters to remove content from a company that you own, why would you not take ownership of the content that's on your platform if you're the owner? So it made no sense, and the logic behind him saying that it was his wife who made the decision whether or not to take the videos down, it didn't make any sense, because in the earlier testimony, the lawyer for Cardi B asked, did you guys have a ownership working agreement or SOP or standard operating procedures for the company? So who makes the determination whether or not content goes up or content goes down? So it was a lot of blaming, and I think he felt, in my opinion, I think he felt that if he said he didn't have control over taking videos down, it was up to his wife, it would absolve him of any wrongdoing. But when you're 50% owner of a company, then you're 50% responsible, and you have the same culpability as the person that is doing the harm. So we're going back. First and foremost, we're going back in because Cardi's on the stand right now, and she's making a very powerful presentation with her testimony. And I would just say that this case is, I really didn't believe that she was going to take the stand because I didn't see that it was necessary. But I think this is just the icing on the cake. It's nothing more powerful than hearing the person who's being victimized tell her story. It's very powerful. She's a very good witness. And I would say that, Cardi curses. She cussed. And she said when she was giving her testimony, she didn't hold back. She said it. The jury, it was no flinching or reaction. This person we know as Cardi B, Miss Cardi B, is someone who has shown the jury that she's a regular person. And when asked how did she come up, she talked about when she went to a Borough Manhattan Community College. She did 2.5 semesters in college. She spoke about when she was in high school. She graduated from high school. She spoke about her first job working in a supermarket at the age of 18 and a half. And she took a job as a stripper because she was late for her job as a worker in the supermarket. And her employers suggested that she go across the street and work to get a job as a stripper. And she said the other reason why she worked as a stripper was because she was in an abusive relationship, and as a result of that relationship, she had to make money to get out the relationship. So Cardi's being very transparent.
Yeah, she always been transparent. Cardi B been like that ever since Love and Hip Hop in New York. I've always liked Cardi B. I've always been a fan of her. But man, Tasha K husband throwing her up under the bus. Yeah, how about that? Wow. She talked all that mess about celebrities and other people, relationships, YouTubers' relationships and all of that stuff. You talk all of that shit, and your husband is throwing you under the bus like that. Like, that's crazy. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall in that courthouse and see Tasha K's face. Like, this is crazy. Yeah, I would be looking just like this, right with you, Cardi B. Yeah.
Good morning. Today is day 2 of the trial of Cardi B versus blogger Tasha K. I'm outside the federal courthouse right now. I'm about to walk in. There's no cameras allowed inside the courtroom, so I'm going to give you guys a brief update as to what is expected to occur today in the trial of the blogger lady versus Cardi B. Well, it's Cardi B's case for the most part. The counterclaim that Tasha K filed against Cardi B was dismissed, and right now Tasha K is on the witness stand, and she's going through a grilling process by Cardi B's high-powered attorney, Sarah Matz. Yesterday, it appeared that Tasha K wasn't prepared. The opening statement by her attorney was all over the place, and I would just say that it's not looking good right now for the blogger lady. I'm Dennis Byron reporting live outside the federal courthouse in Atlanta. I'm walking in. I'm gonna have to surrender my phone until I am finished with I'll be out in about an hour.
It's not looking good for the blogger lady. Not looking good for you at all, Tasha. Yeah, she talked all of that mess about Cardi B. You guys know all that shit she talked about Cardi B and said all of those disgusting things about her baby and her having all of those. Y'all know. But yeah, it's not looking good for her. Yeah, not looking good at all for you, blogger lady. That's her new word now, guys. We're gonna call her the blogger lady.
I'm Dennis Byrne reporting live outside the federal courthouse where we're on a lunch break right now, but testimony started this morning at 9:30, and on day 2, it's really not looking good for the defendant, Tasha K. There was a exchange with the attorney for Cardi B and Tasha K, where the attorney asked Tasha K a very direct question, and Tasha K, for whatever reason, decided to provide a different answer to a question that wasn't asked. And the judge admonished Tasha K and warned her not to do it. And he looked visibly upset that she was using this, I guess, technique to potentially throw the attorney off. Then they started again with line of questioning. But it's another day of Tasha K being asked questions pertaining to videos that she published, and she admitted that the videos, the contents of the videos as it pertains to Cardi B was not true. She admitted that she knew it was not true, but she did it for financial gain. And the jury, one thing I can tell you about watching jury trials, when jurors take a lot of notes, they're paying attention. This particular jury that's comprised of 6 women and 4 men, 2 people of color. They're paying a lot of attention. They're listening to this bombastic blogger's vile mouth when she's doing these videos. I don't watch a lot of Tasha K. I don't really watch much of Tasha K's videos, but watching them today, they're cringeworthy. And she said, and I'm gonna read a few things that came out in court today. When the defense attorney, Sarah Matz, the New York attorney, asked Tasha K, did she at any point issue a retraction for the videos that she's posted about Cardi B? Did she ever at any point issue a retraction? And Tasha K's response was, no, she did not. As a matter of fact, the videos in question are up to date. So it boggles the mind that this blogger believes that this jury will have sympathy for her when she has the videos that has been requested to be taken down, even though Cardi B has had a lawyer send cease and desist, made multiple requests to have these videos removed. But Tasha K is apparently thumbing her nose at the this lawsuit. So it's like watching a movie that you know what the ending's going to be, and watching this trial from yesterday to today. It's not for me. It's not a matter of whether or not Tasha K is going to Cardi B's going to win the lawsuit. It's about what are the damages, because it's clear that Tasha K has blatantly ignored the court process, the civil court process. She ignored the attorneys, and when you go onto onto your platform and say you are going to take the demand letters and wipe your ass with it, the court doesn't find that too favorable, nor does the jury. So Tasha K, I don't know what their strategy is, but right now it's looking very bad. It's looking very bad. And we're going to go ahead and look at some other testimony today. So there was a video that the plaintiff's attorney played where it shows Tasha K talking about Cardi B, and right in the promo of the video, there's one of her, I guess, advertisers, Olive Leaf Extract. She has the picture of the advertisement. She has a picture of Cardi B to the right and offset, and she has a caption that pretty much is slandering Cardi B. And the lawyer was able to get Tasha K to admit that she's profiting off of these negative campaigns against Cardi B. And she has till today, as of today, not taking none of these videos down. So I don't know what the strategy is. I just know that this jury is very attentive to what the exchange is happening. And then, even after the judge warned Tasha K on the first, I guess, misstatement of the answer, she did it again. And the judge stopped her, and he warned her, do not do it again. Do not do it again. And he was very forceful in his wording. And I can't understand why her legal team hasn't prepped her. This is a federal trial. This Judge Ray has he's one of the most smartest jurists in this particular court. And the fact that you have your attorneys there not prepping you to not answer questions that weren't asked of you is, for example, if the lawyer asks Tasha K, is today Monday? And Tasha K, instead of her saying yesterday's Monday, she started talking about everything she did from Tuesday through Friday. She's not really answering the question, and I don't know if she doesn't care about answering the question, she's not paying attention, or is this a deliberate attempt to try to take the lawyer off her game? But attorney Sarah Mates is doing a masterful job in bringing up the videos, outlining all the salacious stuff that Tasha K said about Cardi B, and pointing out that she knew when she published these videos that most of what she published were false. And I just don't understand, how do you go through a trial, as I don't even know why her attorneys even allowed her to not try to get this case settled. This case is going to the jury. This case is probably going to bankrupt Tasha K. And previously, people reported that this case was about $75,000. This case is about a lot more than $75,000. You have compensatory damages and punitive damages at stake here, plus attorney fees. And Cardi B's paid close to $1 million just in legal fees already. So for anyone that think this is about a $75,000 case, make no mistake, Cardi B and her legal team is going for the horse and caboodle. This case is probably going to be a case to set precedent for blogging in America. Because if you recall, there has been no other case in America involving bloggers and defamation. This case is not about the First Amendment. This case is about defamation, invasion of privacy, slander. And I can't see that this case will go anywhere but favorable for Cardi B. I'm Dennis Byron reporting live outside the federal courthouse, where in just the next 15 minutes, Tasha K will be getting back on the witness stand. She's been on the witness stand since 9:30. She's still fumbling with her testimony. She's a little more poised today. And also her attorney hasn't made any objections today. Any objections. Yesterday he made a few of them, which all were overruled. Today he has made no objections. And pretty much he's letting the lawyers for Cardi B put on the videos. Because the videos speak for itself. You know, when you have someone that is sitting on the witness stand and you have these videos playing, you can't say you didn't say it. And it's almost cringeworthy that she's almost like proudly admitting that she's benefiting from these videos. So I don't see this case going well for Tasha K. I think that once the doctor for Cardi B takes the stand, and then they put on her husband, Chikna Kebi. So I've been pronouncing her, it's not Kibi, it's Kebi. And when her husband, who's 50% ownership of her company, takes the stand.
And we already know he took the stand and threw her under the bus. But he's right. Dennis Bryan is right. Tasha is done. Tasha K is done. In my opinion, I mean, girl, you are done, sister girl. We all know how nasty her mouth is too. So we can just imagine the jurors and how they listening, watching those videos and seeing that unfold. Oh my gosh, I wish I was a fly on the wall. Like, seriously. Well, she wanted to be famous. But at what cost, right? She reached her million subscribers. She finally reached her, she's arrived. But at what cost? At what cost did you arrive? Like, girl, you in court. You're gonna be broke. Cardi B, she has the money for the with the to spend on these attorneys to fight this. And like he said, the blogger lady, it's not looking good for you. That's your new name now, the blogger lady. It's not looking good for you, the blogger lady. Whew, this is a mess, but I'm sure gonna be keeping you guys updated and following this because I want to see the outcome. I want to see how much Tasha K is gonna have to pay. Okay? Hmm. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And hit that notification bell so you'll be sure to see when I drop new videos and bring you more content. And follow me on all my platform, guys, at Sister Girl Talk TV. Bye.